Good morning. Hello. How is everybody? I'm not crying, I promise. This is a good thing, okay? This is a good thing. I will tell you why I'm doing this instead of using Rossetti. Mostly because I think I'm so flabbergasted that I'm actually doing this. But I have a good reason, I think. But hi, hello. Abear, hello. Heather, hello. Mystic, hello. Megs, hello. All the viewers who are about to be like, Artsy, what the heck are you doing? Hello. It's good to see all of you. Let me like get into this. We're just kind of like gonna talk. I can explain. Also, I'm super like blurry. Anyway, I can explain. I have been sitting with this notion of like, oh, I'm going to 100% lagom. And for those who don't know, that means like catching 3,000 bugs and fish, or 5,000 and like a couple thousand sea creatures. And I'm like, you know, I've done all that I feel I could get out of lagom that still has that sense of newness. Like, we'll take a look at all the Nook Miles things that I have achieved, but I kind of just realized that I got all that I wanted out of lagom. And then, you know, I think the last straw was when Fang, for like the umpteenth time, was like, you know, I think I'm ready to move on to bigger and better things. I'm like, with your husband, but also it's like, why is it that we feel guilty about resetting islands when villagers move on all the time? Why can't we move on? Why can't we move on? So that's what we're going to be doing today. Also, Mystic, I saw that you sent flowers for 30 jewels. Thank you so much. Also, just doing a quick check. Are we... Okay. People are just like chilling. Can we do a quick like boop, because I'm not certain whether or not my chat's frozen or not. It's okay if you don't want to talk. I just want to make sure that I'm not ignoring people. So we're gonna do a final like go around for the island, because I need to clean up, and then we'll update the dream address, and then we're resetting. And I'm pulling a Blaine, y'all. I'm pulling a Kato potato. I'm going to be picky. I'm not going to, with the exception of Antonio as a starter, I'm not going to settle. We're not settling today. It's 2026. We're not doing that. Thank you for the boops. Thank you. Okay, so we like to do a couple of things on the Artsy Gamer. First and foremost, we like to talk about our weekly goals and weekly wins. My weekly goal is to not regret this decision. But, you know, as nervous as I am about this, I've also realized that I'm okay. I'm okay. This has been going on for 2.5 years, almost. So I'm kind of okay with moving on, kind of. Hello, Console Megan, hello. Reflecting on your life, I feel those feels. So, it's been a hectic couple of weeks. On Friday, I wasn't able to stream because, I'm more of like the sort of parent where I kind of just like, unless it's, you know, super dangerous or unless it's going to be really disruptive, I try to be more of like a yes person, because saying no and just saying because I said so was really annoying for me as a kid. So I try to be like, hey, we don't do that, or because of this, right? So the kiddo decided he wanted to sleep in the room where he naps instead of his bedroom. So we have 2 different rooms. One, because the napping room doesn't have any sort of stimulation that'll keep him awake, but it has like a little tent over the bed because we're fancy. And so he, on Thursday, Friday morning at like 2:30, I had turned out the lights in the room, so he forgot that he wasn't in his bedroom, he was in the other room. So he woke up in the tent and completely freaked out. And so it was 20 minutes of him screaming and like, and just freaking out all over the place. And so it took him about 40 minutes for me to like get him calm and get him like chill. And then it took me another 2 hours to get myself calm and chill because I was being screamed at. So that's why I didn't stream on Friday. I was just like, no, we're not doing that. Name suggestion Utori, which means to take your time and move in. Ooh, that's a good one. Feliciana, hello. I like you, Tori. I like you, Tori. That's cute. That's cute. I like it. So, yeah, the goals for this week are to kind of just, you know, to take it one step at a time, because there's a lot of big changes that are happening in the coming months. And we're going through the whole like decluttering. So that's another goal of mine. Today is also Buddha's birthday. So happy birthday to the Buddha. Happy birthday. So everyone in Korea is home for the day. So we are actually resetting Lagom, Yoshi. We are. Yeah. Weekly win is that I have a job interview with a local dog kennel for a full time. Let's go. I love it. You're gonna ace it. You're gonna do great. So anyway, we also like to do like incentives known as a bubble break. So if you know what that is, we're already there. But if you, we'll do that before the reset. Also, I didn't realize we have a campsite villager, and if it's Maddie, I'm gonna be so mad. We're not even playing the game, y'all, because we don't got that kind of time. But I will be so mad. Oh, it's Pom Pom. Hi, Pom Pom. I'm sorry that you have to be like released into the void. You are a cutie, though. You are a cutie. But all the lore, the animals, I know. But, you know, Yoshi, what I was saying earlier is like, I think I've gotten all that I've needed to get from Lagom, right? Because Lagom is all, oh, also, I actually did like some final decorating. So let's do some cleaning. I feel like all I've been doing the past few weeks, if not months, is like, I really haven't found joy in playing Animal Crossing. And that's because like, I've done it all. You know, like, with the exception of these things, which is annoying as hell, and this thing, like, I've done it all. I've done it all. Okay, well, not this one. That's just obnoxious too, but like, close enough. It's just, I've done it all. Ignore that. But, you know, like, I've done it all. I don't think I need to do more with Lagom. And I feel like if I do a resetty spaghetti, it won't be the same. So we're gonna reset. There is a dream address. I promise you there will be a dream address. I've set it up. I'm doing a bit of a quick clean. Oh my gosh, the lady's here too. HubSpot has told me that if I reset, I am obligated to have Sylvana back on the island, and I agreed. So we're gonna do a quick clean of the island. We're gonna do the dream address update because it's around this time that is perfect for Lagom because this is when I'm streaming the most. And then we're gonna call it. Yeah, once it's not fun, yeah. No, I have been taking a break. That's the thing. It's like every time I went back to Lagom, it's like, what is there to do? What is there to do? And, you know, I thought about the fact that Casual Crossing was designed with limitations, you know what I mean? Like, it was designed where I wasn't going to be picky. I was just going to accept things as they were, which is a very important life lesson. Like, sometimes things don't go your way. But I've also realized that I'm kind of the person that tends to, I don't want to say settle as in like I've settled for things, but like I'm very much willing to compromise for stuff, for some things. And I think like today, I just want to be a picky bee, you know? Maybe it might be time for a different game. That's true. I mean, I think a lot of people are ready for Animal Crossing New Frontiers or whatever the heck it is. I still need to watch Cora's new video about how she's sick of islands being the standard for cozy gaming spaces, which I totally agree with. Like, bring me back to a town, actually. Bring me back to a town. I totally feel that. Casual Crossing with the 2020 vibes was so relaxing. Rainbow, hello. I know, right? And I think what I feel about now, oh, we can talk about the things that I changed. So I decided to stop doing the flower breeding and just like add some spaces. I put a happy dead person here, obviously. I moved flowers around and I finished decorating the museum in like more of a pollinator sort of vibe. But I think that's everything, right? You still need to watch that video. I pulled it up earlier and I got sidetracked. Yeah, bring on the chaos. I think I spent 7 hours resetting for the layout and I don't regret it. Yeah, like, I think that there's a lot of joy in just being picky about things. And I don't often let myself be picky because I think that I get in my own way. And I think it would be fun to just be picky for this era, right? For this time of Animal Crossing. I think I got everything. And our good friend Quilson finally got the house that he deserved. So, and of course he's outside. Of course you're outside. Of course you are. But yeah, no, I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to move on. I think I am. The next island legacy. Yes. Although what happened to my... Wait, what happened to the poll I had? I don't see the poll anymore. Where's the poll? Where is the poll? Pop out chat. Thank you. Thank you. All right. 42%. What do you mean new island? I know, friends. I'm sorry. Is this clickbait? It's not clickbait. Hi, Mrs. G. How are you? Okay, so the final walk around. I don't think I changed anything in here. It's gonna be fun to feel inspired again. Yeah, like I think that the Rossetti option is amazing. I really do. I'm not saying that if you have an island where you really like, just like it has that nostalgia, it has that comfort for you, but I designed Lagom with the idea and the sentiment that I'm going to try to find a balance. And instead, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find this energy to move forward and to do something different. And Lagom just feels like stagnation, which is so sad to say. It's so sad to say. Besides the point, you've had this island for how many long? I've had it since January 9th, 2024, I think. It's not 2023, because 2023 was Rags to Riches, I think. So yeah, I think I've had it since 2024. So it's been my longest loved island for sure. I've had it for almost 2.5 years. Well, hey, hi Hedgie. Yes, I'm actually really resetting. I'm really resetting. I am. We're going to play this picky game, and I don't. This is gonna be hard because I know that it doesn't matter about the fruit and the flowers, but I personally really get annoyed that I can see peaches on my passport, and I've had peaches so often that I'm sick of them. I'm practically allergic at this point. I'm over it. So yeah. Do I have a photo of the map you're looking for? No, because if I go down the Kato route of finding a specific map, we're not gonna find it. But also, I think it's just like what I'm feeling, like we're going on vibes. So the specs that I have, it's pinned, is like I don't want peaches. I want a blue or orange airport because those are my two favorites. A far away or ridiculously close resident services because I hate myself. And no Cosmos. Antonio as a starter, maybe. I'm willing to be. Oh wait, hold on. Just in case you want to visit Lagom in the future, so you can screenshot me. There you go. There you go. Yep. Here, I'll just do this so that I'll remember. There we go. And Big Peninsula Energy. Olivia, we do gotta say goodbye. I'm not gonna be mean. Also, it's like, I've also had that Antonio and that Vesta, I think for over 3 years because they were part of my Rags to Riches island. And so, oh my gosh, Zach, thank you so much. Happy Memorial Day weekend, Artsy and everyone. Thank you for the jewels. I still don't understand what those are for, but thank you. Olivia, Bubby, I don't know how to tell you this, but I'm leaving. Yeah, I'm leaving. You had the sudden urge to come pay a visit. Surely it's a welcome surprise. Well, you see, I'm retiring. Yeah, retiring. I'm leaving actually. I'm moving away. You know, I'm starting my second master's degree in September, and I need to like be closer to my program. Yeah. And also just, yeah, no, I'm ready. Hey girl, you gotta go. Yes, thank you, bye. Lovely, next time. Olivia, it's been an absolute, it's like, used to the island restart page. I know, seriously, it's so typical. All right, friends. Okay, so we're gonna do a bubble break on the restart screen because I am so mean to myself. Are we ready? Are we ready? I'm not crying. I'm not crying, you're crying. I'm not crying, you're crying. Where is data management? Okay. Delete save data. Also, can we just like pay attention to the fact that Pokopia is enormous in comparison to Animal Crossing? Like, goodness gracious. That's enormous. Okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Hold hands, get tissues. Yep. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Friends, is this an, oh, whoa. Is this an Antonio plush time or a Vesta plush time? I think it's a Vesta plush time. It's a Vesta plush time. Hold on. Okay. Vesta, honey, my emotional support sheep. Okay. All right. Hello. Okay. Friends, thank you so much for 22 likes on the stream. Clearly, you are very excited. So let's wiggle our fingers and wiggle our toes and move our body from side to side. You are a mission and love. I know. Goodbye, Lagom. Oh my God. Lagom was a really great island. Like, we had so many great conversations. Like, the biggest philosophies. We dealt with trolls on Lagom. It was great. It was great. So turn your body from side to side, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, grab your water, take your meds, eat a nom, a non. If you've been in the office goblin position, you know, this, go like this, you know, straighten up your spine to as much as our queer ass selves can. Unclench that beautiful jaw, and we're gonna do... Let's see if I can do this all at the same time. Okay, hold on. Vesta, baby, hold on. I have so many things right in center. Okay. We're gonna do a nice, big belly breath inhale. And exhale. Holy crap. Lagom is no more. Wow. Yo. It happened. It happened. It happened. I'm actually okay. Hold on. I'll be right back. I'm gonna put Vesta away. Oh jeez. Okay. All right, friends. I'm so shaky. All right, friends. Let's do this. Let's do this. Pouring out for Lagom. I know, for real. Gone but not forgotten. Let's do it. All right. I need to get the this one. I have the reroll over on that side. So we'll see how many this takes. It may take us the whole summer, friends. Yep. They really make it too easy to delete islands. Like, it wasn't just the reason we spent thousands of hours in the game. Holy moly. Good morning. We're so excited to have you. Let us be the first to congratulate you on your wise decision. Listen, if I was a D&D character, wisdom would not be, that would be my dump stat. I don't know what you're talking about. Welcome to the check-in counter. Here's Lagom, I only drink water. It's okay. Are we doing a northern? Oh, that's a good question. Oh, that's a good question. I do really like a Southern Hemisphere island. I really do. That's a good question. That's a good question, y'all. Hmm. I need a moment of closure. Yeah, no, it's okay. I plan to start a second island. I can't bring myself to reset my first island. My criteria is apples or cherries. Blue or green airport, plaza as far away as possible, and I think that's it. Yeah, I think, like, as I said, I'm trying to be picky, quite frankly, because it's fun, but also I think we've done so many challenges where we push ourselves to not be picky. And that's important, right? Like, that's important for adaptability. That's important for, you know, working with what you have. Limitations are the true roots of creativity. However, I did spell my name right. However, I do feel like sometimes you really do deserve to treat yourself. Like, it's okay to be picky. It's okay to have standards. And Lagom was amazing, but, you know, it was, I think I gave myself 3 rerolls, and that was what was okay, and that's fine, right? Lagom was all about moderation and limitations. That's the point. But yeah, being picky adds a bit to the drama, and you also get to be happy with what you get. Yeah, no, sure. You're in a northern one, Mrs. G, really? Wow. Yeah, I'm trying to think, like, can I handle snow in the summer? Because I've done a holiday island in the Southern Hemisphere, and that was super fun. But maybe not. I don't know. I think, you know, I think we're just, you know, okay, you know, we're just, wait, hold on, hair. Yup. Is this like the era of new eyes though? Is this the era of new eyes? I don't know. I really like my lazy eyes though. My lazy eyes make me so happy. Whatever keeps things weird. Keep Beach City weird, man. Are you going to want to play in snow now? Well, the other thing too is that starting in May means that if I'm going to be playing vanilla-esque, you know, vanilla swirl, getting bugs in the summer is the best for making money, and also sharks and things. So I think I may stick with the Northern Hemisphere. So let's just do that. New eyes too. I know, so many changes. I haven't played in a month. Must check on my flowers. It's about to be winter here. Don't do it. Hello, Susie. I know. I'm not gonna do it. We're just gonna do North America. It's not true, but whatever. Going through all of the things. All right, let's see. Just follow your instincts and choose. Okay, all right. This is not Kato's map. Is that Kato's map? Shut up. That is not Kato's map, is it? Oh my god. You know what? That is too flipping funny. We should go see it. It does not meet the specs that I want, but I kind of need to see it. I kind of need to see it. I kind of need to see it. Yeah, no. It has the thicker beat. I know, that is so flipping funny. If it has Hazel and Tad, no, listen, if it has Hazel and Tad, whoever is in, well, I'm also in Kato's Discord, but I will message her being like, hey, so I'm re-rolling for the perfect island, and guess which one I got first? I like the island and an island once. I do like those too. I do. I think, honestly, I do want to have 2 south river mouths because I think The theme that I have is that it's been sitting with me for quite a few months, is that I would love to do a campground. So it's like, it's very natural, very minimalist and decorating. It's all about the waterscaping and terraforming. So I was thinking it'd be really cool to make a campground sort of vibe that is accessible to villagers, right? So I'm thinking about doing that. But the fact it is like, watch it be a yellow airport too. A yellow airport with Hazel. If it's Peaches, we're not keeping it, but that would be hilarious. Hey Kato, love it. It only took me one reroll to get your perfect island. Excellent. Yes, like I need more reasons for Kato to hate me. Like, seriously. All right. We have to watch it the one time. We gotta, for the vibes. All right. Watch this actually be the specs that I'm looking for. But yeah, also it's like, I think, I love Fang, Antonio, and Olivia and Vesta, but I've had them for so long that it's limited to which villagers that I'm happy to have on the island because they have to be there. So I think for this one, I want to have 10 villagers that I've never had, like, well, that I haven't had or haven't had in a while, and then invite them via amiibo when I'm ready. You know, I missed the monologue at the start. I was only on the phone, but fully locked in for now. That's okay, Barry. It's fine. All right. If it's Peaches, we're not keeping it, but it would be so hilarious. I remember when everyone got hyped over the animals getting sleeves. Watch them get pants. Watch them get pants. Anyone who hasn't lasted 2 weeks is, oh, apples? No way. That is so funny. Here I'm like, I'm gonna do 500 rerolls. I'm gonna do 500 rerolls. A blue airport. Apples. Wow. Wow. Wow, Nintendo really said, oh, you think you're gonna do a bunch of rerolls, huh? Mm-hmm. I decided to limit myself to 10 ticket hunts to broaden my pick. What's next? Shoes. I know. And these two are pretty good. I like, actually, these two are pretty great. Let me see. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. All right, what flower? Oh no, it has Cosmos. Man, yep, it was almost perfect. It was almost perfect. It has Cosmos. We can't keep it. No. Yup. Yes, resident services is lined up with the airport. Mm-hmm. Yep. Resident services is perfectly lined up with the airport. Wait, is it? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Yep. Perfectly lined up. Cosmos is 100% a reason. It's such a reason. What do you mean? What do you mean? I am the person that likes to use the native fruit trees and the flowers on my builds. I'm sick of Cosmos. So no, actually it is a good reason. What do you mean? So I like Cosmos. I hate that I always get mums. You would 100% keep it? Oh my God. But it's not far enough away though. It needs to either be ridiculously close or ridiculously far away. This is just happy balance. Yeah, no. No. Oh, well, we're not saving, sorry. Sorry, Kato. Is that Haman or Jamin? Jamie? Let me know how to pronounce that. I would dig up every one of those flowers and replant mums because I like the mums. Live your dream. Thank you. No. We're picky. We're picky today, friends. That's what I was saying. You're going to get so mad at me for this. Also, if we just get Kato's map over and over, that would be ridiculous. Send Kato a clip. Now you're crying. That island was so great. I'm sorry. No, it's always like other people's islands that I get first. Oh man. All right, so now I think what we're gonna do is we're just going to have characters, like we're just going to rotate character images and whatever, so we're not going to take that time. Oh, wait, no, not Q. Quartzy. Gonna watch back later. Life is busy today. Have a great time. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. Have a good one, Mrs. G. Flowers are flowers to me. No, it's just like, I don't know. I really want to highlight the island's natural resources, right? Like, that's something that I fell in love with doing in with Lagom, right? That was a requirement that I had to use the native fruit tree and the native flower on the island. And that was pretty easy with Cosmos because I typically use white Cosmos on beaches. It's a really easy way to decorate for like, not really weeds, but like baby's breath sort of thing. Why am I taking this time? Why am I doing that? I said that I wasn't going to do this, and yet I'm doing it. And yet I'm doing it. Wait, no, hold on. The mouth. The ooh mouth. There we go. Artsy, it's your ding dang bleepin' island. Hi, Laurie, how are you? What are you gonna name this one? I have a few. There's a poll going on. I was thinking about Saint Fika because I really did like I Love Fika, but Saint Fika just feels more, I don't know, legit. And then there was Evergreen or Evergreen. But if anyone else, there was, I think, Megan. One of the Megans, I don't remember, I'm so sorry, said Utori, which is like, you know, taking one step at a time. And I really liked that idea too. So if anyone has some sort of island name that they think I would like, let me know. But I think I'm probably gonna go with Saint Fika, because I really do like it. It was the other Megan, thank you. Thank you. The other Megan. There are so many Megans. All right, let me see. Let's see. You like Evergreen? Yeah. I liked Evergreen or Evergreen. Evergreen had more of a whimsy to it because of the Y. All right, let's see. What do we have? It's also really warm in here. This is my original Animal Crossing map. So we're not keeping it, but I think we should take a look. I think we should take a look. Yeah. I love how people can recognize their original maps too. And I had that one for less than a year. I think I had my original map for... How long did I have that for? I think I had it for less than a year. It was like 8 months or something. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see. If it has a green airport and was it pears and roses, and it had Ursula and Leonardo. Yeah, so friends, if you can remember, what was your first map? Like, talk to me about your layout, talk to me about your, you know, your starters. I didn't realize that you could reset at all. All right, we're just gonna go through this. Okay, we're gonna skip this because I love all of you. I liked Evergreen. My current island name is Dewdrop. Ooh, that's cute. Evergreen? Okay. So Ever or Evergreen. Canberra and Iggy and oranges. Ooh, that's cute. If this is my original, nope. Okay, we are in an Apple era today. Okay. Apple era it is. I really liked this island layout. Everkeep, which is ironic since I didn't keep it, but like Everkeep was, oh, okay, cuties. Everkeep was a really nice island. How about the island named Flourish? Ooh, hi Diesel, hello. And Heather, the only thing I don't remember is my airport color. I had mums, oranges, cherry, and snake, and a resident service in front of the airport, like 6 spaces away. Orange airport, Frida, and Mac were my starters. Ew. Diesel, how are you? I've reset my forever island. Lagom is no more. Yeah, I remember this. Yeah, although I feel like the airport was... I feel like the airport was a little bit over here because I remember me walking this way, I think. All right, do we have roses? Oh no. It's Cosmos Central. I think the flowers are going to be the main issue for this. Yep, we're at 2. I had a small pond in front of resident services, so we had to walk around it. Oh, that's so cute. My first island is LA. My second island will be called Hawkshead. Oh, that's so cute. Rip Island, I know. So, yeah. All right, so Artsy, remember, do not style yourself, just like we're gonna be going fast. I wish flowers weren't tied to our birthday. I want a chance for new starting flowers. That's the thing. I've had different flowers. Like, I started with roses and I just had roses all the time. So I'm curious whether or not birthday and also the time that you reset your island is when you get certain flowers. My island names are Sprout and Oatmeal. Oh, that's so cute. All right. Yes. We're gonna do A is for Artsy, and Artsy's cool for me. Do 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 do. Jellyfish was my first island. That island was a March 20th, 2020 island. It had oranges and a green airport, and Flip was one of my starters. Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, no, let's just see. We can do that. Sure. I'm clearly blue-eyed, clearly. Okay. Just do this, yep. It is so warm in here. I may have to open the window. Sure. All right. I'm gonna actually be right back. I'm gonna go open the window. It is so hot. Oh. I'm so annoyed that this apartment doesn't have like just centralized air. It drives me crazy, actually. Okay, let's see. Follow your instinct. So does this mean that you have bulk crafting from the start? Yes. Apparently, there's a page where it shows you, excuse me, what you have to craft for the 3 houses, I think. You have 2 portable AC units. You just got an umbrella octopus. That creature's been one of my absolute favorites. I love that one. That's ridiculously close. I do like this one. And it does have a big bulky it has big peninsula energy. All right. The upper one was cute with the island. The top right is your layout. Oh. I really should be pickier about this. I really should, otherwise we're just gonna check out every island every time. BPE might be a new favorite, I know. It's either, what was it, Big Pier Energy or Big Peninsula Energy. I think Big Peninsula Energy is my favorite. Bulk crafting is so useful at the beginning, especially it's wild. I bet. The other thing that I want to also play around with is that, you know how when we get to 3 stars, there's some people, a lot of us, who just like spam decorate everywhere. And the fact that you can hire Resetti after 3 stars to just like do a clean slate is amazing. So I'm really excited for that. Except your airport is lined up to the left side. Wait, how do I skip? Thank you. To the left side of resident service, and I love it. Okay. Okay. All right, let's see what this does. It's oranges. Wow. This island, or this reroll, literally said you don't want peaches, fine, but I'm gonna make sure that you get Cosmos every time. I do love big peninsulas. I don't do anything with them. I just like having the bragging rights, really. Green. It's green. It's green. It's not easy being green. This is really green too. This is really green. All right, let me take a look. It's already not passing the vibe check, but that's fine. Let's see, and yep, okay, so we have mums. So alas, no. All right. Green is good. No, I love green. I don't like that green. Like if it was more of a like a forest green, or maybe if it was, I don't know. I just really wish that we could change the colors of the airport. Customization has become the thing for a lot of cozy gaming and life sims, and I'm like, listen, if we can move the Pokemon Center and change it to look like different Pokemon centers from different areas, we should be able to change resident services. Like, wasn't that a thing in New Leaf that you could customize how resident or the mayor building looked like? Likely story. You can't stand the green airport. I feel that it just doesn't work, you know? I was so sure that we'd be able to move resident services. I think, as I said, like, I believe in my heart of hearts that limitations breeds creativity, and that because in Animal Crossing we had to, you know, find different ways to make amazing builds with like fake buildings and everything, that we were able to turn islands to be completely unrecognizable from the standard original game. But it's like, we have the ability to customize colors and things, and I think it wouldn't be amiss to be like, hey, I want to change the roof color, or hey, maybe I want to have all of the businesses to have the same, you know, color scheme. And I think that would have really contributed to the longevity of specifically one island, as opposed to people resetting over and over. So it's like, I understand the importance of limitations. I think that's what I kind of love about Animal Crossing versus Pokopia, is that I'm not saying that Pokopia holds your hand, but it's very much like task-led, and like they lead you to certain directions, whereas once you get to 3 stars, like aside from the Nook Miles goals and achieving a 5-star, it doesn't really matter what you do, because it's like, not that way, but like eventually it's what you want to do with your island, instead of like how Tom Nook wants it or how Isabel wants it. Christian, hello, how are you? I loved having a green airport. That green matches my Enjoy your ramen. Yum. I do love mums. I think I could have mums. I had my first island 4.5 years. I always name it my first playthrough places in a game star. And aw, it sounds like anung. That's pretty. I think I'm probably like bastardizing that pronunciation. I'm so sorry. That's really pretty. Let's see. None of these pass the vibe check, although that's a really pretty backdrop. Nope. Bye. We're gonna be at this for a while. We're gonna be at this for a while. Here we go. We can put that down. You're really struggling, Christian. I'm sorry. I hope that you are able to find things that bring you peace to what's going on. Yeah, name it. I don't. That sounds dirty. Okay, it's not dirty. Which is island in the central Yupik language. Oh. Kikurtag. Kikurtag. Always want to recreate the first island map, but I try to get the way back into the game. I thought Yupik. Yeah, no, I'm sorry that that was my assumption, that it was just like, that sounded like QWERTY jokes. But that sounds cool. I don't know, like, I also have this tendency to put a lot of meaning and significance with island names. And I think that puts a lot of pressure to have it be a certain way. You here for it though? So that is really pretty. If I lived in Alaska, I probably would find more significance with it. I was also thinking, there is a word that describes refreshing in Korean, where like hot food is refreshing during a hot day and cold food is refreshing during a cold day. So I was thinking about that, but I need to figure out what that word is. Let's see. That's why I liked the idea of Saint Fika, because that's my favorite word in the entire world. I think that it has an incredible meaning of just like, you stop working and you have a bit of peace and you have a bit of coffee with it, you know? Or evergreen, or evergreen, which is a just something from my growing up. All right, let's see. Oh, we're getting tanner. Love it. Love it, love it. In the central Yupik. So is Yupik that's a Native American tribe in Alaska? They're different from the Inuit, right? I think. I'm making assumptions. I have no idea. That's a thing I should really study up on, is the different traditions and different tribes of North America. It is the native language group up here. Native language group. Oh. Interesting. Interesting. We've got, oh, this I think was my second ever layout, I think. Maybe. That's far away. It's not perfectly lined up, and that's fine. It does not have big peninsula energy. I know, it's not in the open area. It's a bummer. One is different, it is. I think I've had this one before. An indigenous group closely related to the Inuit and Inupiaq, consisting of the Central Alaskan Yupik, Siberian Yupik, and the Alutiiq people. Oh, yeah. I need to be more well read about the different cultures. My son really likes Molly and Denali. It's a PBS show that features Alaskan indigenous cultures, and it's really cool. I don't know which tribe Molly is from, but I think that's really cool. This is not close enough or far enough away. This is pretty far, but it doesn't have, no, we're not settling. No, we're not settling. Nope. My dentist is Yupik, and so is like 3/4 of their staff. We love that level of support. I cannot even imagine wanting an island with resident services right next to the airport. I would like it specifically for having, if I'm doing a campground build, right? That having like resident services with a parking lot that's like right in front of the airport. That's what I did for almost all of my islands recently anyway, is that I had like a drop-off hub that connects to resident services, and then the rest of the island is, you know, where the residents live. So it kind of depends. All right. She's going to part-time for the summer to be able to engage with her culture, go berry picking and fishing. Awesome. Yeah, there's, I don't know if it's the same, because clearly, you know, Alaska and Canada, although they fall along a similar latitude, that they're different countries in different areas, right? But there's this creator that I follow on YouTube who talks about Inuit culture and how there's this berry that is available only in the summer, and so there's a lot of fresh harvesting that goes into their time as a community. And I don't know if it's the same berry. It's like this red berry that's on the ground, and it's round, I think. And they turn it into jams for the winter, but they often just eat it fresh. Because the Inuit have a very, ooh, cutie, have a very, from what I've seen, a very carnivore-based diet, because a lot of their nutrition comes from just eating the whole animal. So that's like, listen, I'm not saying that I know, that's just what I've observed. So I don't know if it's the same berry. Marshall, how are you doing? Most of the berries are close to the ground here. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that's a whole thing about berries just being, but it's like, it looks like it's not even a shrub, that it's literally, I don't know the term for it as a landscape thing, but it's not a separate bush, it's literally on the ground. It's kind of like how strawberries are. Do you go berry picking? Because that sounds like a really fun time. It's just to like, go berry picking and donating it to the community. I've been thinking whether or not because there's farms that my son goes to for field trips where they bring back strawberries and oranges, and sometimes they've done, what's some other things that they've like brought back? Spinach was one. So I'm curious if they have like apple picking or something. Yeah, ground cover type plants. Thank you. Thank you. See, I sort of know what I'm talking about. Sort of. Alright. That is super close. That's ridiculous. Didn't we see this already? Nope, it does not have what I need. Nope. Let's see, there we go. Yeah, I do some, mostly just enough for us to eat. That's yours again. Was it the same one? Was it the same one? It was just like the airport was moved? Yeah, I thought that looked familiar. That's crazy pants. I'm fashionably late. What have I missed? Well, Nyla, I've reset Lagom. And we found Kato's perfect map. And almost everything that I wanted for a new map, a new layout, with the exception of the fact that it had Cosmos. That airport's what I have. Oh. I know. I know. Feel free to cancel me at any time. How are you doing, Nyla? How are things? Let's see, we'll do... But yeah, it was time. It was time, I think. Maybe the problem is that I'm not actually taking the time to, like, make my person look like me. Maybe. Maybe I should do that. All right, I'll just do that. Sure. Cutie patootie. Do I want to be blonde? No. Oh, that's a really pretty color. I always wondered what I would look like as a blonde. I don't think it would work well for my skin tone. Oh, I didn't add the blush. Oh no. Doing good. Recently had a date day out in the town with dreams. Went thrifting, got cute new dresses and other clothes and other miscellaneous items, and it was a lot of fun despite it being pouring down rain. That's like the best sort of date day, right? Like having it be rainy and the smell of petrichor just like rising from the street, and you have a nice warm drink and some sweet treat. Sure. They don't need to know where I actually live because it's important to have anonymity on the internet. Unless, of course, you're a troll. I could get a couple of wigs. I could. Nope. All right. I don't know where to share a photo of me in one of the new dresses, but would love to share. You could share in weekly wins, because that sounds like a weekly win. Whatever you feel comfortable sharing. But yeah, I was thinking, like, would I look good with light hair? And I don't think I would. So I'm gonna stick with the dark and mysterious and slightly problematic person. I also need to get new clothes, I think. I guess this is a weekly win, but I don't want to be like weight focused about it, but I'm finally within a few kilos of where I feel I am my healthiest, so that's really exciting. I think I'm like 2 kilos away from where I feel my healthiest, which is pretty great. And so HubSpot and I are planning on working out more regularly and then probably going shopping at some point. I'm a nurse, so all my new clothes are scrubs. I need actual clothes. That's fair. Blonde would look strange on me. I know. I don't have Photoshop for ethical reasons because I'm so over the way that Adobe runs their business. But I was thinking about getting, what was it? Was it Da Vinci or something? And I wanted to see whether or not I could like make myself blonde and see how it looked. Speaking of wins in the weight loss era, this girl fits into 2XL black miniskirt. Ooh, go you, Nyla. I know that you've been working really hard with exercising and finding a good balance with you know, what works for you diet-wise. So congratulations. Congrats. All right, no, we just gotta do it. Yeah. You know, every time I try to like move on to doing different eyes, I'm like, but that's not me though. That's not me though. But that's amazing, Nyla. Congratulations. One of my goals originally was to be able to fit into my wedding dress, and I think I can fit into it. I think. I haven't worn it in a hot minute, mostly because I have nowhere to really wear it regularly. It's not like a wedding dress. It's a vintage dress, like that's white, but it has flowers on it, like roses, so it's like red and green and stuff. So when we got married, I was like, I want to have a dress that I can actually wear somewhere else. Oh, that's awesome, Nyla. Yes, you should absolutely squee. Squee to your heart's content. I mostly just realized that a lot of my clothes are over a half a decade old and they fit a different body type than I have. I don't... Okay, this one has a chonky peninsula. No, we're gonna be picky. I got new shoes with birthday months for my parents. I've been kicking around the idea of getting barefoot shoes for like half a year more. Finally did. They should get here next month. I did have a whole ass baby. I did. I did. And I think also what's kind of sad, and I've been sitting, I say I've been saying this a lot, but like, I don't think, even with the current beauty standards, although we are unfortunately going back to more of a toxic culture about thinness and all of that, because fascism has this tendency to, you know, promote thinness. I think we're still grappling with this notion that our bodies change over time and that it's okay that you don't fit into things when you were 20, you know, or, you know, or just like after a child, lo and behold, your entire body has changed, or that hormones play a huge role in your health and well-being. And so I think instead of promoting this notion of weight loss to be happy, it's like, well, let's do the holistic thing of sleeping and you know, being active, whatever that looks like. Also being creative and finding a social outlet that does not stress you out and doesn't exhaust you. And also it's okay that your body changes over time. Like our bodies physically change. We can't really do anything about it until the future, I guess. But I've been trying to really give myself that grace of aging is a gift, and at this point, nearly being 40, that it's important to try to set myself up for success, that when I am 50 or 60 or 70 or more, that I am active and that I'm taking care of myself. And that means my body is going to change regardless. You went for a hike this weekend? Did you use your walking stick? Did you get the oil stain? Because I was really excited to see that one. So as I'm moving forward with like trying to find clothes, it's like I'm trying to not be like, oh, I have to fit into what I had before. It's like, well, maybe I should just find something else, you know? I embrace my belly. It's to help my female child understand that we're not plastic dolls. Yeah, I've worked really hard, even with the fact that I have a male-bodied son, right? Like I have a masculine son and a child, masculine son, masculine child, and that I try really hard to not have any sort of negative responses about my body, and I also try really hard and do it often to give him compliments of like, look how strong you are, look at that lovely smile, it's like you give the best hugs, you know, that sort of thing. And that's been really healing for me, to kind of just remove this whole notion that like, hey, I birthed a very large child, okay? Like my stomach is not going to go back to where it was unless I had Beyonce levels of money where I could have a person take care of the majority of the day-to-day, that I could, you know, promote working on my body. And that's not me. And also, if I have to work so hard to be at a certain size, that probably means that that's not where I'm supposed to be. So that's like my new philosophy is I'm going to find happiness wherever I'm at. You did use the stick and then gifted it. Aw, that's so nice. I've learned to make alterations to my existing clothes so they'll always fit. There's this thing called adjustable clothing that's making a comeback, where it's like for skirts that you have the like the corset tie. That I want to incorporate. Like I would love that. I want that in my clothing so bad. Okay. That's far away. That does have big peninsula energy. It's kind of in the center. You know what? I think this may have been No, this wasn't the 30-day island that I did. It looks similar though. I think I'm gonna go with bottom left. I think I'm gonna go with the bottom left. Let's try it. My damn doctor wants me to lose 20 pounds. It said it should be easy. Wow. Wow. Like they don't take into consideration age, health, time. Wow. Should be easy. That's when I use men as a derogatory term. Like, you clearly have never had a uterus before. Clearly. I've gotten to the point with doctors that I do push back. And it's really hard because, you know, there's some things where it's like doctors have spent a lot of money and time to know what they know. But in the journey to know what they know, I think they've lost a lot of the humanity of treating people as like individuals as opposed to treating them as textbook cases, because no one is going to be a textbook case. And, you know, we're starting to see that, you know, hormones do play a major role, from, you know, estrogen to testosterone, and for the bodies that produce testosterone or estrogen, it's like the way that we react to things is wildly different. And instead of, you know, taking that into account and doing more studies of the difference between, you know, estrogen producing bodies and testosterone producing bodies, and the difference between, you know, different skin colors, it's like, oh no, we're just gonna make it a you problem. And I go, well, or you could be a better doctor. Diesel, when healthy, I know when being healthy is expensive, when, you know, in parts of the US there's not even sidewalks for you to go for a walk safely, when you literally have mega like fauna. Like, no. Ooh, interesting. We have a blue airport. Okay. My dog wants me to lose weight and lower my stress levels. Yeah, no, I'm chronically told that my adrenals are messed up, and there's unfortunately no... Ooh, we had oranges. I didn't realize. There's no real medication aside from just supplements, and it's Cosmos. No. Like... I don't think they really understand that some people are just naturally more inclined to stress. And, you know, I was actually thinking, like, do I need to go on anti-anxiety meds? And I'm treating that as the last resort. Not to say that it's not important for some people, but for me, it's like, I think I want to try other methods for a few months to see what would be better for my body. But it's like, just... my adrenals have always been crazy, and after giving birth and having all of that trauma, like, of course my anxiety and my adrenals are messed up. Why is the starting flower so important? So let's be real, Nyla, it actually isn't, right? It's not. It's not going to be on the passport, but I am the sort of person that likes to use the native flower and the native fruit tree in my builds, you know, however minimally or maximally that I do. But to me, it's like, I've had Cosmos for over 2.5 years, and I would like to do something different. That's it. I mean, honestly, that may be the thing that I will settle for. I will settle for if there's a Cosmos, fine, but we're trying to be picky. Oh, but you did miss it. We had Kato's perfect map on roll 1. It was hilarious. As an AFAB autistic, I don't have any confidence in going to doctors. The minute they know I'm autistic, they baby me, like, bro. Oh my. Plus, autistic people don't always have the typical symptoms for a lot of things. There was, oh my gosh, I'm trying to think. There was something that was mentioned about autism and how they respond to pain stimuli, which makes it harder for autistic people to be taken seriously. I'm trying to remember. If I find it, I'll post it. But it's like our brains are so wildly different. I think within the last 100 years, the testing for autism has shown that, you know, the human race has some level of just like neurospicy. I don't think there's actually such a thing as being neurotypical, right? There's neurospicy and then there's narcissism. I'm just kidding. I'm just totally kidding. But like, I think that there's just so much that we could study, and because of the world as it is right now, that unfortunately it sounds like we're singing Kumbaya to want to come together as one species and be like, you know what we could do? We could literally end world hunger and homelessness and, you know, all of these health issues if we just like decided that we were all one people that had multiple cultures that were worth celebrating. But instead, we treat people from different countries as less than, or, you know, not worth our time, whereas like it just male doctors and being AFAB is so hit or miss. You know what I've also learned about the medical field, at least in the States, is that there is a term called WW that when doctors take on residency, like for the first time, they learn about how to diminish specifically women's concerns and calling them WWs, or whiny women. And then there's whiny white women, right? And I'm sure that there's other... Ooh, that's really pretty. I like that. It does not have the thing that I'm looking for. But the fact that early and often doctors are taught to diminish women's concerns is the thing that drives me the most crazy. And I mean, I still say that Korea has the best standard of care, like when it comes to what's affordable to the typical person, and also the fact that, you know, I've had multiple surgeries here. I gave birth here, and while I do have a lot of issues with the bedside manner of quite a few doctors, for the most part, the treatments are immediate. The healing physically goes well. It's mostly just the holistic aftercare that I think is lacking in Korean in Korean medicine. But it's still interesting to see the difference of how people are treated. My pain tolerance is already low, and because I'm AFAB, I know they'll just gaslight me and downplay it. I just want to know why I get... Yeah, I think there was... I don't know if someone told this story. It was either here or somewhere else, but like... they had a femme doctor tell them how an IUD would not hurt, and so they didn't need to have pain medicine. And I'm like, listen, I've had a lot of testing done that's of a similar nature, and putting in those things, like, you should be able to go under for that sort of thing because of how invasive it is. And I think it took one doctor actually getting one put in to realize that, oh no, this actually really, really flipping hurts. Like, this hurts. And that it changed the way that they did the medicine. And so it's like, I feel like maybe doctors should have, you know, not like full direct experience of what they're performing, because that would be ridiculous. But it's like, if there was a way for them to experience that level of discomfort without actually having to do the procedure, and so that they can understand, like, oh wow, no, this actually is painful. You know, it's like, I think that we'd be treated differently from like the doctors who are helping to birth your children if they've actually given birth. You know, that sort of thing. Yeah, just like listening to patients, right? But I think with the amount of like the lack of support when it comes to being doctors, because there's no time for breaks. There's literally a rotation of who they have to serve and the amount of people. And so it's like either we just need more doctors and more just health professionals in general, or they need to go through a class of how to manage patients with dignity and respect. Because I think with the progression of the medical field, it's like, what do you mean that we're treating people in the same way that we did in the early 1900s, where it's just like, oh yeah, no, just give them some slight pain medicine, or no, they're actually not in pain, when it's not true. Oh yeah, so my family has a redheaded gene, and although I don't have red hair, I also have that gene. And so it takes more pain medicine for me to work. My stepsister is redhead, and she has a fun time with that too. Tell the cops nothing and the paramedics everything. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. Do I regret re-rolling Kato's perfect map? No. No. It couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. No, no, no. No, no, no. Hi, cat. You ready to get up? I know it's a little warm in here. So unfortunately, friends, because, well, it's not unfortunately, but we have the kiddo home today because it is Buddha's birthday and it's a national holiday, and so it's going to be a shorter stream today. It'll be about, we have about an hour left, so just letting you know. I'll go on record saying that I told you to take it. As I said in the description, I did say that if you're obligated to tell me I cannot complain if I regret this decision. But I also have a feeling like it's just gonna take a while. We're probably not gonna find an island tonight. If we don't find an island tonight, this will just be like the re-roll thing. I also I'm a lot slower than other people with this. Here we go. You should have tacos though. Yeah, a cat. Yes, we have August in the fish bowl or the cat bowl. Ooh, enchiladas. You got half a burger. Yum. I haven't had quinoa in literal years. I mostly refrained from quinoa because it became this trendy food that made it difficult for the local populations of South America, that they couldn't, you know, eat their own culturally significant food because of the demands from the global population. So recently I got back into, like, I bought quinoa just to see whether or not I would like to have it again, but I don't know. That's one of the main reasons why I don't partake in ube, is because of how ube has become like this trendy food, and it's made it difficult for the Filipino people to actually eat their own culturally significant and culturally, like, and nutritious food, you know? Ramen. Had a chat with my niece this weekend, and she asked me my favorite food: tacos and sushi. Tacos and sushi and antidepressants. Yep. Where is that from, Diesel, by the way, or did you just come up with that on your lonesome? Because every time I think of tacos and sushi, I go, an antidepressant. Ooh, ice cream. I think today, maybe it's a homemade tortilla sort of day, because we also have we have tofu that I can fry up a treat and make like a crunchy crunch. We also have TVP, or textured vegetable protein, which is like basically ground soy. So we may do tacos or something. Mediocre. There's no such thing as mediocre nachos. No such thing. Thank you, A-Bear. I appreciate it. That is ridiculous. That's ridiculous, actually. Oh, we're not gonna do that. Actually, I was trying to figure out whether or not I could make burgers with TVP, because I could make some burgers today. I really just want to like go through the fridge. I've been going through a deep clean, not a deep clean, but like a deep throw out. So I'm reorganizing things, and there's a lot of stuff in the pantry that are probably just outdated and expired. Yeah, if it's a TikTok, here's the other thing for me about just being like a social media presence. Like, I don't have TikTok, so all the drama of what I see online, which is TikTok based, like I don't know these people. I don't know these people, which I'm so glad. I'm so glad. No, I think resident services can be 4 spaces away. What part of the map is the peninsula, by the way? Oh, I'll show you. I'm sorry, I didn't realize. So the peninsula is the little green alcove that's by the beach. So it looks like it's like the one piece of terraforming land that you can get nearest to the water. So it's the one that's not surrounded by beach. So here, we'll take a look. Oh. Yeah, I'll see if the kiddo wants to make tortillas with me. He almost always does. He's a good helper with tortillas. He knows how to roll them out. Although he does this thing when he rolls it out, he like uses his nails, and so you can tell the tortillas that he's worked on because they have like these little like imprints of nails. All right, let's see. Do that. Ooh. Wait, why do I love her though? Why do I love her though? Hold on. Let's I honestly kind of a vibe. Honestly, kind of a vibe. Let's see if like, is this going to be my new vibe? Kind of love her. Or them, because I totally did not just misgender myself. Actually, I kind of wanna. I kind of wanna. That's kind of cute. Am I changing my eyes? I don't know. I don't know. It is a cute bob. Throwing out my hair is so rough. My hair grew so long during pregnancy because of all the hormones and things, but it's taken me a lot longer to grow out my hair. I think that's another fun thing about aging, is that all of the growth stuff kind of goes to a halt. Either that or I just don't have the balance for it. Ooh, oh, wow. That is far. Oh, that's far. Wow, that's far. It has, that's like the second, okay, so Belle, here's what I'm referring to. You see that little alcove right there where like the little pointy thing? I know I'm not showing you, but like that's the peninsula right there. You still grow hair like it's your job? That is ridiculous. Oh, wow. I don't think I've ever seen this map before. Like, the fact that there's this little... Hold on, let me show you. Like, that is different. That's cool. You know what? Sure. Let's give it a try. It's probably not going to meet my requirements at all, but I just want to see. And we'll just do that. Sure. Sleeping bag. Yeah, I typically do, like, I really fell in love with creating like a little sitting alcove area. The big round one, you can actually put the villager home, like your character's house on those in that area. Also like the small buildings. So a lot of people go for the bigger peninsula so that they can actually put buildings on there and do some actual terraforming. Hair grows where I don't. I know, I'm getting like the witch hairs, which, you know, hey, it's getting my magic in. It keeps derogatory men at bay. Anyway. Yeah, it'll just be fun to look. Watch it be like everything I wanted. Yeah, no, same. I've had chin hairs forever. Forever. I just don't care about them as much. As in, like, I don't care that they exist. I remove them with apt precision, but I used to like be like, oh no, oh, it's Peaches. We can't keep it. We can't keep it. What a bummer. So sad. So sad. It's gonna have Peaches and it's gonna have Cosmos. Watch it be there. Oh, good starters though. Good starters. Just found your stream and I'm happy to see someone playing early Animal Crossing currently. Shannon, hello, it's good to see you. How are you? We are re-rolling with regrets. Re-rolling with regrets. Strike one, Peaches. But let's see, how far is this? Holy crap. That is far. That's not bad. This isn't bad right here, because you can have a nice road that goes up and around. Wow. Yep, strike two. It has Cosmos. It has two things that I did not want. Bummer. That is insane, though. That's insane. This is kind of the level of, like, far that I want. But, no. Does not pass the vibe check. Now, that would be a fun island name. We'd call it Vibe Check, but it would be, like... It would have a ridiculous spelling. Like, it'd be V-Y... BBCH CK. I know Anna was blue. Okay, so I think Animal Crossing as a franchise, and I have a video planned for this, so hopefully I'm just not like doing League Central, but Animal Crossing is all about like working with what you have. It's all about limitations. And I think Animal Crossing New Horizons moved away from that when we had customization up the wazoo, right? We are able to terraform, waterscape, put down custom paths, custom codes. We're able to change villager homes, our homes. We're able to do a lot. But the one thing that I think is a continuous issue for people is like, why can't we change the airport color? Why can't we change resident services? Why can't we move resident services? And I think that is what would keep continuity for an Animal Crossing layout, is that you were able to do a lot of things with this one layout. And I really hope, like, I don't want another island. I agree with Cora. I'm kind of sick of, like, deserted island living. I do want to have a town. Can the town just be like Pocopia where it's completely run down and you fix it? That's fine. I have no issue with that. But I want to be able to make resident services a, like... He's so cute too. What a cutie. I want to make resident services match the vibe that I'm going for, you know? Dear spirit of Nintendo, please send... No, listen, I'm sure there's going to be a couple of, at least a 0 after the 12. Centralize the main building and have everything around it be movable. Oh, like being able to move the airport and being able to move the pier and stuff? That's interesting. That's interesting. And that would be cool too, because it'd be like, well, hey, Rossetti could make that a major point for his service, is like, well, you can't move this because you have crap everywhere. Do you want me to move this so that, you know, the game can do that? That to me is a customization thing that still sticks with the lore of Animal Crossing. Yes, ramen time, let's go. Give me a big tree that's the central building hub. Oh yeah. Also just, I want different shrub, like I want different trees and different sizes and, oh. Okay. Okay. That's not the farthest I've seen. That is the big peninsula, though. That's very centralized. Ooh, this is farther, isn't it? Yeah, that's farther. But the peninsula is small. Yeah, no, we're just gonna skip it. I think 3 is the island I have right now. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, so again, Animal Crossing is a great franchise to not just hold people's hands, that it's like you have to figure things out yourself, which is an important life skill. Like, you're kind of thrust into this whole new environment and you have to, you know, be acclimated to the what's going on. But at the same time, customization is the new trend for this sort of game style, right? Like, people want to have control and design capabilities that are practically game dev levels, I think. So for me, I'm okay with the limitations of where things can grow and how you do that, but it's like, I don't think that it would be a learning moment. Like, if you put 2 trees together and they won't, you know, produce trees for chopping, you know what I mean? Like, the trees have to be placed in a certain way for you to actually, you know, to get wood and resources. That, I think, is a fair compromise. Or that you have to grow the shrubs on the mainland for you to put them in the grass. The same thing for the trees. That, I think, is a fair limitation. But saying that you can't grow things in certain ways when you clearly can in Happy Home Paradise, it's just like, no, we should be able to put trees on the beaches. We should be able to. Ooh, cute. Oh wait, did I go with... Oh. Did I go with a masculine pick and I just didn't pay attention? Guess I did. Alright. I mean, I really want ramen. I really want ramen. So the re-roll thing that we're doing, friends, I'm not going to do this off stream. I will literally save this for you. I think taking a break from Animal Crossing just in general has been really helpful for me. And then not feeling like, oh man, I'm not playing Animal Crossing, my poor villagers. So having nothing available is pretty easy for me. Although my son's going to be upset because he's been really into listening to KK songs. And we won't be able to play on the Switch 2, the Nintendo Switch 2. This is an interesting one. Could you imagine if I took Kato's perfect map from the beginning and just like roll? At least it'll give me time to think of names though. So that'll be nice. I just should be faster about this in general. All right. Well, a lot of you will know my birthday after this. That was the fun thing about having Blaine reroll, is that now everyone knows his birthday, although if you asked me if I knew his birthday, I could not even tell you. I don't remember. It's been so long. Do you ever think Timmy and Tommy ever get a case of deja vu during these rerolls? I don't know. So my theory is that these animals are basically like yokai, right? That they are spirits that have like a specific name association, so that there's always like, there's more than one Vesta, that's why, right? And I feel like it's the same for Timmy and Tommy. But maybe. Ever since I watched, was it Denzel's Reset? It made me sit with resetting differently. The way that they portrayed like all of the different Isabels, that Isabel, this one Isabel was chosen for this one thing. That's such a good movie. Oh man. Denzel did an amazing job with that. That's the video that made me feel, you know, positive feelings for Hippo. Is this centered? Is that centered? Wow. Wow. That is centered. And then this is... We have Kato's map, but the airport's not lined up. That's funny. That is Kato's map, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Hilarious. No. All right, there we go. No, I'm not gonna take a look. I'm not. What I am curious about, though, I doubt that it is, because there's dozens of islands to reroll, and that doesn't even include the different specs of like where the secret beach is, or where the pier is, or where the airport is. But I always wonder, like, if you re-roll, does the game take into account your re-roll when you do this again? And I don't think so. I think it's just, it's up to chance. It's one of those RNG crazy pants things. However, I think here's the rule. Every time that we see Kato's map, we'll go visit it. The fact that I've seen it twice in an hour and 42 minutes is pretty hilarious. Oh wait, there we go. Okay. Ooh, that's a cutie. That's a cutie patootie. You know what? Sure. Sure. Going to go to bed. Good luck finding the perfect island. Megs, good luck on your interview. I hope that it is everything that you want and more. I think that would make you very happy. There you go. Let's see. We've gotten this map quite a bit. Nope. Those are some great ads. I know. Are those the eyes that you typically use, Hedgie? What I find so fun about the way that, especially with streamers and the eyes that they use, it's like, of course they have those eyes, you know? It looks exactly like them. And so when I changed my eyes the first time, I was like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I look so different. I look so tired. I look like me. We'll probably get to maybe 25 islands today. Because we took our sweet time. I know, I'm pretty normal. Alright, let's do this. Interesting eyes, though. No. This reminds me of a villain in a horror movie, and I don't know which one. Mostly because I'm just not a horror buff. So if anyone knows which one I'm talking about, let me know. I always pick the eye in the top row. I think it's the second from the left. Is that the one that has, like it's big anime eyes, but it has, like, the little, swoops? The little eyelash swoop? I also find it interesting that North America is the standard in Animal Crossing New Horizons. I feel like it should be based on which region your thing is. That's not far away enough, but I kind of like that one. I pinged on that. It's centered, but no. No. If I don't love it, I'm not taking it. If I don't love it, I don't swallow. That means so many things. I just realized. Yep. Oh, that was such a good movie. I look forward to introducing my son to some really good Pixar bangers. Ratatouille remains to be one of my favorites. Let's see. All right, you know what? We're just perfect. Yep. Be quite proud of your work. Sure, sure. Hi, Bengal Soft Games. No, this is a Nintendo Switch exclusive game, both in the Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2. Welcome in, though. I do play games that are on the PS5, but this is not one of them. You can also play this on the Nintendo Switch Lite. And ooh, that's far. That's really centered too. And this is really close. Laser Sharp, hello, how are you? Welcome in, welcome in. I reset Lagom, and we're being picky today. We're being picky with our next island. Although I was thinking about how is there a rumored Nintendo Direct in June, or is that a for certain we're having a Nintendo Direct in June? Because I was like thinking, you know, what if I reset this island and then we find out that in 2027 we're getting a new Animal Crossing game. And I'm going, of course, of course, of course, right? That would be a thing. Does what? I don't. The peninsula is bad though. It was. It was. I don't know what you're saying, my good friend. But we like to keep it kind of on script if you would. I cleared out the river on my cliff top so that I have a large area of land to build on, but I have to actually build my stuff. I know. How rude. How so rude. Like, you did all this work and now you have to do more work. What is this? What is this? I know, I don't think so. Yoshi, to be honest, they feel quite young. Oh, cute. Yeah, we'll just go with this one, sure. What about Xbox? No. It's exclusively Nintendo. I think they would wait longer to milk the money out of the latest update. You think? Because I think what drove people to buy the Nintendo Switch 2 was Pokopia and other games that I think are coming out. But I think as much as I said that like the 3.0 update was important and I think necessary for the longevity of the game, I don't know if that brought people to play Animal Crossing. I think it brought some people back to playing it, but I don't think it brought new players. Personally, I don't know if I'm talking out of my tush. So, is that centered? Let me see. Let me see. No, it's off by 1. This is also off by 1. And that's to the... So we've got... That's cute. That is cute. Wow, they're on the same... Wow, okay. There we go. But yeah, I think they sent out the 3.0 update in January. Yeah, the 3.0 hype didn't keep people into the... I think that with the 3.0, a lot of people were anticipating the same amount of items and like new things to do with the 2.0. And I think that if they incorporated new mechanics like moving the resident services, being able to customize the non-house buildings, right? I think that would have brought people back in droves, personally. Also with items. The problem that I had with the hotel is like you have a fixed amount of items, and with the exception of the tubular like lamps, I only bought like maybe 2 or 3 of the items, like, and then just having it in rotation. I don't need a bunch of marble kitchen sinks, you know? I don't need a bunch of marble fireplaces. I don't need that. So if there were other clothing options, if like there were more customizations, I think 3.0 would have been much more, you know, hyped than people. It's just like, I understand the disappointment. I do. I also just like, I love the concept of a dream island in Animal Crossing because one, people get to participate and actually like do decorating, but there's also that limitation with custom codes. And again, Animal Crossing is a franchise that is based on workarounds and limitations, but also it's like you made it harder for people to actually utilize it the way that they were hoping for. And that, to me, is a game dev mistake. And that's coming from somebody who is new to game development, okay? Like, these people clearly know what they're doing, and they designed a beautiful game. And I love this game with all of my heart. But for an update, that was mostly free, by the way, and they've moved on to other things. I think that it could have been, you know, we're gonna keep her, that's cute. I think it could have been, there could have been more, but also it's like, are these the same people that are working on the next Animal Crossing game? So I'm not trying to complain and not say just like, hey, thank you for what you did, because seriously, like, they didn't have to. They didn't have to. But they made it so that they could test out, I think, mechanics that will be the standard for the next game, I hope. And I think that the things that they did bring were so natural that we take them for granted. But that's because they should have been there from the get-go, you know. I think it drove people, yeah, I think that it was the starting point for people to buy the Switch 2, and I think Pocopia was the driving force for people buying the Switch 2, because there were a lot of people who were experiencing FOMO, and Pocopia was the one where I was expecting buyer's remorse, and it is a game that I have hundreds of hours in. So I definitely feel that they both did what, ooh. They both did something positive for the Switch 2. Okay, this one is a cutie. This one's far. And it's sort of, it's not like perfectly in line, but I do like this one. Yeah, it's also, this is from the outside looking in, sure. Like, again, Nintendo did not have to add the 3.0. I'm glad that they did. I'm glad that they gave something more with Cap'n. I'm glad that they brought back new characters. It's like, I feel like with the customization that they made for it, it could have been a little bit more. But I think that's what they're moving forward with the next game. I think I like this one. I think I like this one. It's not big peninsula energy like this one. It's either these two. It's either these two. But I think I'm gravitating towards this one. This one actually may have been my second ever island layout. So let's try it. Let's try it. Sure, sleeping bag. Yes. Yeah, we're gonna check it out. We're checking it out. We may actually get to 30 rerolls today. That'd be nice. I wonder if the 3.0 update was designed to not be underwhelming, but to be not as flashy as the 2.0 on purpose. Because if we're so hyper-focused on how great Animal Crossing is now with like all of these new things, that would that derail, we got cherries, okay, would that derail from the upcoming game? You know, because the whole purpose of like having a series in the franchise is that each one builds off of the other, and then each one's a little bit better than the previous one. Except for, okay, Blue Airport. I'm hoping for apples and blue. I mean, I got cherries and blue. And I've never had Louis before, so that's exciting. With the booty. Hi, booty. Let me see. Oh, this is far. This is far. Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, hold on. Let me count. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it takes almost 5 seconds of running. And we have pansies. Ooh, okay. Cherries, pansies. I was actually talking to HubSmod. He was saying, like, you don't really often have gorillas either. You vote yes? Alright, let's take a look. Alright, I wanna get the vibe in. No, Blue Airport's not a deal breaker. Actually, I wanted Blue Airport. Blue Airport or Orange Airport. Because those are my favorites. You like it? It's very different. It's very different. Peninsula. The peninsula's on the other side. It's the, I think it's the second largest one. I think. it's got... Here, let me grab the map. Let me grab the map, and then we can take a look at it. So, hi. Hi, Shannon, how are you? These are cuties. Okay. This island feels big. I know. Let me... I want... I'm like... 70-30. 70 we're keeping, 30 we're getting rid of. We'll see. It's a potential keeper. I want to take the map and take a look. I want to see. You think this is it? Phoenix Revival? Phoenix Revival vibes. Oh. You're not a fan of the cherries? I mean, the cherries are... I just didn't want peaches, basically. I didn't want peaches. Can I have... There you go, your very own tent. Can I have the map? What are the lyrics to running the show? We're gonna just do that. There you go. Alright. Fruit, no, no, we can't do fruit can be swapped because I like to use the, oh wait, here's the map. So, let's take a look. So this is like the second largest one. So it's, oh my gosh, look at that pier though. Look at that little bitty pier. It's not about the size, it's how you use it. It's okay. I don't know. I mean, this is cutesy doodle. It is cutesy doodle. Listen. It also has a perfectly centered beach though. I love cherries in real life, but I don't like how they look. Oh, cherries and how they look in the fall. Interesting. Okay. I also have the bow tie pond. I've never actually had this layout before. Have I? No, I have not had this one. Okay. All right, let's take a look at this. So we have a lot of space here. We do have a lot of space here. It meets every requirement except for Big Peninsula energy. It does. So wait. Okay, 1, 2. Wait, hold on. Let's count. Ready? 1. No. We're not running. We're walking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it takes about 7 seconds to get here. I know the pier will be bigger with the hotel. It's true. It's true. And then were there big rocks involved? I have 2 rocks in this entire thing. It's not bad, but it's not perfect. I'm finding things to be nitpicky about. I mean, keep it. I do, okay, here's another thing that I didn't think about. Aside from this side, which has a bunch of sand space, I think I wanted to find something that didn't have a lot. I don't know. I'm not completely happy, you're right. No. We were close though. We were close. I was thinking about it. Yeah, no. I'm not completely happy. I'm not completely happy. Sorry. Perfect's not possible and overrated. It's not. I'm not looking for I'm not looking for perfect. I'm looking for preferred specs. I'm looking for preferred. Nick, hello, how are you? Besides, like, the whole point about this was to have Artsy regret life choices. What do you mean I'm gonna find it in 20, you know? Cherry Island, we barely knew you, but we'll miss you. Rainy days today, and yesterday is tomorrow. I'll have some fun. Awesome. Too many not quite deal breakers added. Thank you. Yes, exactly. Thank you. Thank you, Heather. Thank you for letting me not settle. Thank you. Also considering that I was like, the more that I'm moving away from that almost perfect, nah. There we go. Besides, I kind of wanted to get to 30, you know? Wanted to get to at least 30. A stream of me like, Artsy, what are you doing? Until I get it, so I spent so many hours on the one I'm happy with. Ooh, this is different. This is very, no, that's not, Kato's eyes. Kato has the big ooh eyes. This is giving me motivation to keep my standards just as high, and man, I'm loving it. Shannon, thank you. No, just standards in general. Like, break up with your doctors. Dump your doctors if they're not treating you right. Like, don't stick with brands and with people who don't respect you. I still have plans for my dissertation that I'm going to devote my dissertation in spite to the university that was like, oh, you don't have what we're looking for. And I'm like, no, you're just being incorrect. They gave me the stupidest reasons. This one's interesting. I think I've done this one before. I've done this one before. That's not far away enough. That's, wait, is this centered? Hold on. Not that I'm looking for centered, but is that perfectly centered? Is that perfectly centered? Top right is interesting. I either want the resident services to be ridiculously close or ridiculously far. So these things are a little bit too like in the center. This is interesting because I think it is perfectly centered with the resident services. It's not? This feels... Wait. Are you sure? That looks centered to me. Why was I 11 seconds? Oh no. Are there requirements for Solomon? The only thing I would settle for is the flowers. I would settle for the flowers, probably. Probably, maybe. It's straight enough. You know what? For the lulz. For the lulz. Mine always looked, and it was too off. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. It's probably not going to be what we're looking for, but I'm curious. Just having it, like, ridiculously in the front. Yeah, the flower thing I know, but I have this desire where I actually want to use the native flower pretty heavily on my islands and the trees too. So that's why I'm like, I know it doesn't show up on the passport. I know. We got apples. We got apples. We got apples. All right, let's see if this is like perfectly centered. Nope, you were right, Belle. It's off by 1. We have an orange airport, though. My resident services is 1. Oh my gosh, really? I get tanked? Oh man. Yeah, no, it's always a blue-white airplane before it determines like what color it is. My resident services 1 is, oh, I really seriously thought about, yeah, no. Yeah, it's literally off by 1. That's amazing. That's amazing. I'm not keeping it, but like this even is still like not close enough. I want it to be obnoxiously close. Let me see. The fact that I have tank though, I'm so upset. And mums. Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, bummer. I think the problem too is that this game wants me to actively wait no. There you go. Wants me to actively like customize my character to look like me ish. Because every time that I have a character that doesn't look like me, we don't get we don't get good ones. Love Muffy though. And I've never had, have I had Muffy as a starter before? I may have briefly had Muffy as a starter. There was an island that I wanted to do like weird farm core where there was like aliens and stuff. I hate how close my res is to being centered, almost where I know, and it's like, listen, I do think the longevity of an island or a town or something would be based off the ability to move, at the very least, resident services. Fanslam, hello, how are you? This is gonna probably take me until June. This is probably gonna take me until June. You're doing awesome, that's great. Thank you. We're deciding to not settle. Enjoy your lurk, thank you. Thank you for stopping in. My airport, resident service, and museum have the illusion of being centered so it's manageable. Yeah, I also... Alright. Do you think that it would change the Animal Crossing franchise to the point where it's an unrecognizable game if we were able to rotate buildings so that they were either at a 3/4 or like, you know, at a diagonal angle, or that we could turn them around? Because I think honestly one of the major game changers is if they did a camera rotation and that you could actually have houses that face each other. Kato took a year? Jeebus. That's right, Kato did take a year. That's right. I was also like, I'm not burnt out from Pokopia. I really enjoy the game. I think I have 200, I almost have all of the Pokemon. We have to start a Cloud Island actually. So depending on what's going to be happening for the summer, I may be moving to evening streams for me, morning streams, or afternoon streams for you all in the Europes and in the Americas. It depends. Yeah, the game would not function. I don't think it could handle a rotating camera. Would be nice though. They would have to actually put like butts behind the items. Like, I know that if anyone has watched modded videos about what like buildings look like from behind and what trees look like from behind, that it they don't have anything behind it. It's literally just like the tree and then the leaves in the front. So it would be really interesting how they the bushiness is affected. Kitty's just laying there. Alright, we're about 15 minutes left, so we'll see if we can get to 30 rerolls, and then I have to call it. I'm gonna be making some lunch, seeing what the boys want to do. Maybe I'll take the kiddo out for a walk. Walk the kiddo. It's a loading screen thing too, and some game assets don't exist if you're not looking at them. What do you mean? It's a loading screen thing too, and some games assets don't exist if you're not. Oh. Can you explain more of what you're talking about? Because I feel like I understand what you're trying to say. Or not trying to say, but I feel like I understand what you're saying, but I just want to make sure that I'm getting what you're throwing down. Because Pokopia has a different loading screen. It doesn't load in to the game. It has like a starting screen. But But Animal Crossing's unique because it does have, like, take a look at the town life or the island life. So yeah, that may be changing it. The things that you're not looking directly at are not fully rendered until the camera turns. Helps. Oh. Oh, interesting. Oh, so like in Pocopia, for example, that it doesn't actually exist until you start getting closer. That's when things... Oh, I see. I see. Yes, that would make sense. That would make sense. TIL. That's interesting. If I was making a 3D game, I'd probably have to consider that. Since I'm making a 2D game, I don't really think I have to worry about that. And that's pretty far. That's far-ish. This has the big peninsula. Everything else is kind of questionable. The little docks never cease to make me giggle. It's like they are not helpful at all. That was a great way for Nintendo to be like, oh, we've realized the design of the pier does impact how you can fish, so. At least that's what I heard. It keeps games like Dark Souls, Skyrim, and Zelda playable. No, that's, if you've heard it from sources like that, I believe you 100%. That makes sense. It does. Because I was thinking about that in Pocopia, like I had mentioned, that, you know, when I'm far enough away, everything looks like it doesn't exist, and then it starts like taking shape, and then oh, suddenly once you get close enough, it works. Because considering how large Pocopia is, I cannot imagine having just everything rendered without it being a slog to play. And then... Also, you can't read people's passports in their dream addresses, right? You actually have to visit their island in order to read their passport. Missed opportunity. I mean, I guess if, like, you don't want people to know your birthday, I get it, but, like... Why? Let me know what their main tree was. Let me know the main tree. That's why Silent Hill... That's right. That is why Silent Hill, because it couldn't... it would be too intense for the consoles of that era. That's right. I did an accessibility video about that. That they did a smart thing of adding to the ambiance of being isolated and not knowing what's in the fog, but also making it easier for the game to run. Did I quote you? Did I? I feel like I looked that up, but maybe I did. No, I did quote you, but we were talking about that was how accessibility made the game less scary. I don't think I quoted you on that. Pretty certain. I could be wrong. It's been literal months. That's really close. I think we've seen that one a lot. Ooh. I think this is my second ever layout, I think. Maybe. Did we visit this one? Did we visit this one? I don't know why I'm getting so hung up on the peninsula. I think it's just because I believe in the importance of standards. Although, this one is ridiculously close. This one, like... The upper right is obnoxiously close. I think we've visited this one before, though. We've visited this one before. Let's see. While I'm here, because we'll end on a bubbly note too, but I want to see like who is live right now, and then we can send you somewhere fun. Ooh, okay. We've got some cool people. Okay. And your wise decision. There's nothing wise about this decision. As I said, wisdom is my dump stat. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Actually, is wisdom my dump stat? What is my dump stat? Oh, no. Alright. This is much easier. Man, I miss being a redhead sometimes. Not actually a redhead, but having red hair. Wait, no. Wrong eye color. Oh my, somebody is doing something outside. If it's too loud, let me know and I'll close the window. Strength is my dump stat if you ask them pick. Listen, I have a lab gorilla for a husband who turns the lids really tightly because he's rightfully so concerned about the way that I don't close lids. Okay? Different. I can leg press a small elephant. So my strength comes from somewhere else. My stream froze and restarted from the beginning. Oh no, Heather, I'm sorry. I tried to do some straddle jumps on Friday. Oh, I need to get back into straddle jumps. How were those straddle jumps? Strength is my dump stat. In this economy, there's this t-shirt that I think it said, I don't work out to look skinny. I work out to look like I can kick your ass. I'm like, I want that. Mm-hmm. Ooh, this is different. That's very different. That's so unique. I don't think I've ever seen that before. We wouldn't be able to actually look at it, but that's cool. It's not anything that I'm looking for, unfortunately. But that's really unique. Yeah, no. I think we'll get to 30 today. That's fun. And then on Friday, we can go for a longer stream. Maybe we'll do like a 6-hour stream. Ooh. A 6-hour stream would be ridiculous, actually. I don't know if I could handle that. But we'll end on a bubbly note. Might still be the case that Aurora is too good at touching high targets compared to a lot of people here, maybe. I mean, they have the practice, though. They're practically in the air all the time with their jumping skills, laser sharp. As long as, I mean, I don't know if I would do 6 hours. It depends, because, like, I've had to get used to being outside of the house for the first time in literal years of, like, doing work outside of the house. And so Monday and Friday are basically the days where I can, you know, have this time with all of you, which is important to my well-being and self-care, but it's also the time where I go food shopping. It's also the time where I make appointments for the days that I'm not available to do anything else. Like, it's my dump days, basically. And so it's hard for somebody who is streaming in the morning, because it's like, by the end of stream, it's like, that's almost the whole day. And then it's like, I drop off the guys, and then I do the stream, and then I have like 30 minutes of eating, and then like a couple of hours of just doing whatever I felt planning on doing. And then I pick them up, and then it's like the end of the day. So, I don't know. Like, it depends. I think I'd have to prepare for a longer stream like that. All right. Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous. That is literally ridiculous. I feel like we are legally obligated to check it out. I think we're legally obligated to check it out. That looks terrible and I love it. I mean, not terrible, but it's just like, that's so interesting. That is so interesting. Still looking, haven't... Nope. Well, we're going to be ending here a little bit early because the kiddo is home, and I'm gonna tap out for a hub, or have hubs tap out so that he can take a break. Because one parent with a kiddo for 2.5, 3 hours is a lot. So we're gonna switch. All right, let's see. It's probably gonna have peaches. It's probably gonna have peaches, and it's probably gonna have Cosmos, and it's probably gonna have... I want you to have Antonio, though. It has peaches. That's strike one. He's a very... well, it's just like... It's just the two of us, you know? And so it makes it a little bit difficult to take breaks, and we really want to prioritize... Oh my gosh! Charlize, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I deleted you, bestie. I've never had Axel before, that's different, and we do have a blue airport. So let's take a look. We're not keeping it, but can we just, like... Wow. Wow, 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 wow. It is what... Wait, can I do the... We can't do it. So 1, 2, 3. It is 4 spaces from, like, the mainland. That's crazy pants. That's crazy pants. And we have roses. Nope. Alas. You kind of like this one? I can't. I'm sick of peaches, y'all. Like, I'm practically allergic at this point. I'm so over peaches on my island. I can't. This is really unique, though. If this... Quite frankly, if this didn't have peaches, I'd probably have taken it. I probably would have honestly taken it, but this tree offends me. Defends me. Yeah, no, I like where Resident Services is. Resident Services was fun, but I can't. All right, so this is going to be our last reroll for the day, friends. Honest respect to those who do choose maps and stick to it. Yeah, no, I also, like, I think the concept of a forever island is really cool, but I do also feel like I'm the sort of person that likes to have new things, and I think that I was just feeling stuck with my island. You picked from your first 4. Yeah, I picked from my first 4 with my original island. I didn't realize that you could just keep picking. Yeah, same. When I saw that people were doing rerolls, I'm like, what do you mean you can just, like, pick different ones? What do you mean? What do you mean? Watch this be the island. Watch this be the island. I doubt it, though. Well, by the time I played, people were, like, putting together the... Oh, this is a cute one. The different island options that they've seen. There was a person on Reddit who, like, re-rolled and documented the different islands that they saw, which I thought was really cool. And people started putting together that, you know, you could have the same island layout, but your airport could be in a different place. The peninsula could be different. The secret beach or the layout of the beaches could be different. So I thought that was really interesting. Should have been, I think would have been really cool to do, like, from customization. It's like, pick your river mouths, right? So you could do, like, you want east, west, or double south facing. And then you could be like, how far away do you want resident services? And you could be like really close, or, you know, kind of like, you know, perfectly centered or really far away. And then it'd be like, based on your request, this is the map that you want. I think that would have been cool. No, because this doesn't have a save point. The save point is when you, I think... Nope. I think that's when you, like, officially get everything. Nope, friends, I think this is it. So we've rolled 25 times, found 2 maybes, and we're ending it here. So thank you, friends, for hanging out. On Friday, we'll continue with this madness. It looks like Evergreen and Saint Fika are good ones that people like. So here, let me just make sure that I have this saved so that I use this next time, and then I'll send you somewhere fun. Hold on. There you go. There we go. So friends, let's finish on a bubbly note, and I think I'm gonna send you to... Who am I gonna send you to? Let's send you to Copper Valor. Copper Valor is currently working on making electricity in Pocopia. So we're gonna do a hashtag artsy raid for that, and then we'll end on a bubbly note. All right, friends, let's do a... Thanks for helping me get back in the game. You're welcome. Thank you all for being here. So, oh wow, I'm like angelic. I'm so sorry. Here, let me see if I can like turn that off a little bit. Can I just like turn this off? There. Oh, no, that didn't help at all. Anyway, friends, let's do a wiggling your fingers, turn your body from side to side. Thank you all so much for hanging out. I'll see you Friday. Maybe we'll do a longer stream for, maybe we can get to 100 rerolls by Friday. I don't know. Anyway, let's do a nice big belly breath. Inhale and exhale. And we'll do another one. A nice big belly breath. Inhale and exhale. All right, friends. Thank you all so much for hanging out. Thank you for being part of the chaos. Lagum, we hardly knew ye. And I will see you over there briefly for coppers. So always be kind to yourself and be kind to others, and making art and playing games and encouraging others to do the same. And I'll see you Friday. Bye.